then there were two.
Mortal Kombat.
What's with Mortal Kombat? We didn't watch Mortal Kombat.
I don't know. I have this song in my head. It's been in my head for the past 3 hours. I don't know why. I guess I watched a video about Mortal Kombat, and then this.
Did you watch the new Mortal Kombat movie?
No, I didn't.
That came out too.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? We could have chose that for the film.
Well, Victor has suggested that we watch as a twofold thing. We watch the new one, and then we watch the old 90s one together. He strongly suggested. He did the combo himself. So we might do that.
That's amazing. I don't mind doing that. That sounds cool.
So, yeah.
Anyway, welcome to Twofold, where there were just two of us. Hey, that song, just the two of us.
Just the two of us. The irony, not the irony, I guess is the prophecy. The prophecy has been fulfilled.
Yes.
In the name. It has now become two.
There's a prophecy. The prophecy has been fulfilled.
Yeah, things are out of balance. Welcome to the most awkward podcast ever. Things are going to take a little bit.
It's going to be awesome.
For us to get in sync, in two.
I know.
A lot more
it's
to
weird.
talk.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Definitely strange because there is a certain dynamic that goes on when Jacob's here, but Jacob's not here.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever done a podcast with Tim by myself.
I don't think we did. Even the Matrix Minutes stuff. I don't think
we did one. We did 2 episodes, Matrix Minutes.
Just 2 of us?
But
okay. Oh, so we did. Okay. So we should be good.
We did, but once again, like when we did that one was like we all had notes and we talked about we talked specifics about the certain scenes.
Yeah.
But now it's just this is crazy. It's strange.
Yep. But it is Twofold podcast, so Johnny can hit that song. Hit it, Johnny.
Wow.
Johnny hasn't been the same since
tired.
Jake left, unfortunately.
He hasn't. Yeah, I know.
No.
I've seen him. I've seen him walking down the halls, those echoey halls.
Yep, he's been sometimes just standing there. I don't know what he's doing. He's just standing there.
He's just standing quiet and solemn. Sometimes I walk in and there's a nice sunset that comes through the windows, and I just see the silhouette of Johnny with all the smoke wafting. And then there's a guy who just comes in and goes, "Hey, no smoking in the halls."
Yeah. And he just leaves. I did see him in those big halls. Sometimes he does like a sound like a bat, doing echolocation. He'll just be standing there and go, boom, and you can hear boom, 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 boom. And I don't know why he does that. That's never asked him. Too afraid to ask, to be honest.
I know. I would be too, to be honest. I don't talk to people who do echolocations.
No.
Despite me doing that myself.
Yeah. Sometimes when it's too dark, you just try it. Just like, hey, you never know. You might.
Yeah.
So we don't really have a special plan for this episode. This was supposed to be a second part and third part of the Jake theme.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, that's so sad.
But Jake has left after the first set, so we kind of just, not to stress ourselves out, we saw that the new Zack Snyder movie was out yesterday. When we were deciding what we're going to watch. No way! Yesterday. It came out yesterday. Yeah.
Dude, we are like on time.
I forgot what's it called? The Army of the Dead.
I was about to say Zombieland. I keep forgetting. Actually, I was on Netflix and I was picking the movie and I forgot what the movie was called, so I put in zombie.
Yeah.
And then the first one was Zombieland, and I'm like, I'm not sure that's the one.
No.
And then I see down there it says Army of the Dead and it says Zack Snyder. I'm like, okay, there we go. That's the one. Zack Snyder.
Exactly. But there is a very similar intro in this movie that's very similar to Zombieland.
I'm not surprised.
Did you watch
Zombieland?
Oh,
I did not watch Zombieland.
Oh.
I'm sorry, because people say that it's really good, but I remember when it came out. I think Zombieland is like 2010.
Could
something
be
like that.
Something like that. 2011, maybe. Let me see.
Yeah, I feel like it was just because I was done. 2009. Oh, well, I was close.
I think we actually talked about this. I think we had this exact same conversation last time we watched the 28 Days Later.
Yes, there we go. Thank you, Tim, for catching us before we started repeating ourselves.
This is the second time we're talking
this
about
isn't
zombies.
this isn't our first round talking about zombies again. It's interesting how that developed. But yeah, when Zombieland came out, I didn't want to see it. Just to be brief, I didn't want to see it because I was sick of zombie parodies. I thought it came too late. I might be wrong. You know, the movie's probably really good because you like it, Tim, and I know a lot of other people reference it a lot and stuff.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. Sometimes when we're all together, maybe we can put it on and watch a bit of Zombieland. So yeah, Army of the Dead, Zack Snyder new movie came out on Netflix on Friday. So we checked it out, and like I said, the intro is same like Zombieland. Basically, it's not the same, but you have a montage of zombies breaking out in slow motion while there's a song playing. In Zombieland, it's Metallica, For Whom the Bell Tolls. Here, it's like a Viva Las Vegas, but very similar vibes, with like little vignettes of you know what happens to people, with some delicious gore spread around, no pun intended.
Yes.
So let me tell you about let's tell the people about Army of the Dead. Let's do it together. Let's try it. We don't have 3 people; it's 2. So it's Army folks are transporting like some cargo, which turns out to be like a special zombie. Oh, because of
that's right. That's the beginning. I remember
that.
Yes. And it's like I watched it yesterday.
Like you watched yesterday, and like a newly wedded Las Vegas couple, she's giving him a blowjob in the car, so they can't see through. They crash into the army convoy. Zombie breaks out. The montage later.
Then the montage happens, and everyone's a zombie, but it's only limited to Las Vegas.
Yep.
That's important.
So
right?
Las Vegas is now like a zombie world, and they kind of block it out with like containers.
Set my soul on fire.
But then, a couple of years later, the president is like, I don't want to deal with these zombies anymore, so he's going to nuke.
I've had it with these zombies.
Nuke Las Vegas, but a rich Japanese man.
It's the only way to be sure.
Has a casino still in Vegas and a bunch of money. He was already reimbursed, by his insurance company, but he still wants the original money in the safe. So he's sending this ragtag team of zombie veterans to go back into the zombie Vegas to pick up his money, but he also sends this little dude with him. It's not little. He's just a normal dude.
He's a little dude with him.
There's a bunch of like side stories about his daughter and about some woman who went in to get
the
more
main
money.
character, yeah.
But it's just a group of people with...
Played by Dave Bautista.
Dave Bautista is the man. He's got his daughter. She goes in, and a bunch of others' friends and some other weirdos, and then the Japanese man... Army man, he goes in there, but he has a secret... Phil, can you do obligatory spoilers?
Oh, yeah, spoilers. Wow, I haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah, I think we just stopped doing that. But yeah, spoilers. Turns out his friend doesn't really want the money. He wants... Because inside there's special zombies who are smart. There's a king zombie.
Yes, there's special zombies. There's the king zombie.
He wears a metal
queen
helmet.
Zombie.
Yeah, he wears a metal helmet so you can't shoot him in the head. And there's a queen zombie. She's like doing errands for him, even though she's pregnant. She should be back home.
That's how they do. That's how the zombies.
The zombies are like they figured out how to get pregnant, but they haven't figured out the fact that the woman, shouldn't be like walking around pregnant. With the risk of getting decapitated, but it's okay.
Yeah, well, it's tough in the streets.
The smart zombie. So Japanese man wants blood of this smart zombie. So
that's right. That becomes like the plot point.
Yeah,
that no one anticipated.
They get the money, but because this evil man cut off the head of the bride to bring it back with him, the king zombie and the zombies are attacking everyone. Lots of fighting. Most of them die. Except the daughter, she makes it out alive. And I think her friend, we never see if she gets alive.
I know, right? We never got to see her. That was fun. I was thinking that as well. I was like, where did she go? Wasn't she on the helicopter?
Yeah, maybe she died. Maybe she died. Maybe it's just the daughter. And then also his friend who came with him to do this job. But he got out with the money. He survived the nuclear explosion because he was in the safe. Indiana Jones 4 style, got out.
Exactly. I was going to say, you can be in a fridge, you can be in a safe. It
Doesn't matter. But unfortunately, he was bitten, so sequel Stinger. Will he crash into Mexico and the zombie apocalypse continues? I think that's it. And in like very basic
That's the
forms.
Story.
There's a bunch of side plots and things.
Yeah. So Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder. So here's the funny thing about movies that come out this year and last year, or just like in the 2020s.
Yeah.
The first 2 years of the 2020s. This movie came out of nowhere. I have not heard of it. I've never even heard Zack Snyder filming anything. I thought filmmaking was canceled until like the next year.
Okay.
When was this filmed? I don't even know.
I think it was filmed last year, 2020.
That's crazy because like for me, I never, I don't think anybody's even doing anything in 2020, but like, and I didn't even know Zack Snyder was doing anything because like every time, because I have a lot of friends that are interested in the Zack Snyder DC universe, right? So I get secondhand information. There's some people who are excited to share with me. Some Justice League
I love this big information, but sure, go ahead.
You know what I mean? So every time I saw a picture of Zack,
so I do not share that. I do not know, but sure, go ahead.
Every time someone sends me a picture and there's a picture of Zack, because he did everyone's 2020 was the trend of doing Zoom calls and Zoom reunions and all that sort of stuff. So Zack Snyder did the same thing, right? And then that's when he announced Justice League, Zack Snyder cut.
Oh yeah, the 4 hour.
So it was like, it was like him at his house in his private cinema, just hanging out in a bathrobe. And I thought that's all he's doing this year. He's not doing anything. But look at this. There's a whole movie that he made, and I didn't know.
Filming, actually, it was photography began in July 15, 2019. So this might have been
Pre-zombie
pre-COVID zombie apocalypse shooting.
Yeah.
No, wait, let me see. Yeah, I think it's like it was started and then it got cut off because of COVID and stuff like that, and they added some scenes afterwards, some reshoots.
Right.
Okay.
Well, for me, like I said, came out of nowhere. I couldn't believe it. So I'm just thinking, am I just out of touch, or is it true that like there's more content being made than ever before because I can't keep track of anything anymore?
Did you not see the trailer?
No.
Okay. I saw the trailer.
I've never heard of this. When did you see the trailer?
Like last year, I think it came out, or the beginning of this year. Could have been.
Okay. Well, no.
I mean, I just like there's something with the longs of David Bautista, Zack Snyder, zombies, because he did the was it Night of the, not what is it?
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead remake.
I know. There's so many Deads. There's Army of the Dead. There's like, what else was there? There's Diary of the Dead. There is Night of the Living Dead. There's
literally hundreds of them because we talked about
Dump of the Dead.
Because we talked about the how Romero lost the rights to the name and everything. So anyone can make a Living Dead movie. So yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he did the Dawn of the. Did you watch that remake?
I did. You know when I watched it?
When?
2004 when it came out.
Oh yeah, me too. Sarah.
So it was a long time ago.
But did you watch the original? That remake?
I did not.
I think I did, but I can't remember. My wife and I did like a marathon of started off with like the Night of the Living Dead, and then then it kind of gets branches off into many places, and we kind of just lost track which ones to watch and which ones to not. So I can't remember if I watched Dawn. I definitely seen the remake at least 3 times. And that, especially when it came out. Were you scared when it came out when you were watching it in 2004?
I wasn't.
Didn't like it?
I didn't like it because I felt that it was too mean. I thought it was really mean. That's the only memory I have of the movie. And of course, high contrast.
Yeah. I just remember the ending, like it's like a found footage thing. I remember that definitely.
Yeah.
Like on the boat.
It was like in the credits, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. Like they get on the island and it's like safe, but it's like, no, zombies are there.
Yeah, the zombers. Oh no, not the zombies.
So what do you think? What do you think of this movie?
Army. Well, I mean, look, you've seen Aliens, right?
I've seen Aliens, yeah.
Yeah. This is like Aliens.
Just like Aliens? Tell me how.
Okay, well, I look from the beginning. Dave Bautista, the character, he has past trauma for killing his wife, who turned into a zombie, and he gets nightmares. He wakes up in a sweat, exactly the same as Ripley does when she.
Oh, really? Okay.
Is found out after hypersleep. Have you not seen Aliens? Because like for me, Aliens, those movies I've seen so many times that I can, I know most of the quotes and all that kind of stuff, right?
We talked about this. I'm a huge fan of Alien, and I've seen that one 100 times. Aliens, I appreciate that they took a different route. I appreciate they didn't just, duplicate what was Alien 1 and they went with the whole action thing. I appreciate it. I just don't like it. It's just, I prefer just there's
only one and that's it.
Like I like that one, and it just I did not enjoy watching it. I'm completely okay with what it is. It's just that it's not for me. Just stay with number one, and that's the movie, and that's the end of that. That's the end of that franchise in my head.
Right? Yeah. But like Alien 3, never mind.
Alien 3.
Let's not talk.
I did not watch anything beyond that actually. No, I did.
Really?
I watched the new ones. What are they called?
Well done, Tim. You watched the bad ones.
No, what are they called?
Prometheus.
Prometheus is yes. I seen one
Prometheus
or two of those.
and Alien. I don't even remember.
Oh, Resurrect. No, Reloaded.
And College. Yeah, Alien Reloaded. I didn't. That one was. Oof.
Yeah, that one was quite.
Whoa.
Yeah, so like to me, one is good. Maybe for you, 1 and 2. That's where it ends.
Yes. 1 and 2. I like the style and tone of 3. 3 is like, as some people would say, the most depressing movie you've ever seen.
Okay,
and it is.
Who made it?
It is David Fincher.
Oh, this could make sense.
Yeah, but like he hates that movie so much he refuses to talk about it.
I have not seen number 3, so I can't say.
He hates it.
So you were saying
4 was directed by Jean-Pierre Jeunet, who did Amélie and City of Lost Children. If you've seen that one. And that one is a comedy, essentially. Looks great, though. All these movies look great.
Funny story.
Like,
yeah, about Alien.
What?
No, about Alien. I remember the first time I interacted with the Alien franchise, we were watching TV with my brother and sister, and I was a kid. And this could have been 3, 4, 5. I don't know. When did these movies come out? What came out, like, let's say 90?
One came in 79.
No, I know, but let's say what came out like 95, 96? Was there an Alien movie around that time?
Resurrection came out in 97.
I think that sounds about right. So there was a behind the scenes Alien Resurrection, and basically it was just like, like preparing the sets or something. That was the first time I've heard of like Alien. And there was like they like the lady was like prepping the set, and it essentially was like a hole, and then there was like this huge sprawl of like tentacles or something like disgusting,
yes.
And she was like sliming it up, and that's the first thing I saw of like the alien. And for a long time I thought like the alien is that it's like just this huge pancake.
This pancake. Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. Okay, so in Alien Resurrection, there's like this mountain of just alien stuff.
Okay.
And Ripley gets sucked into the alien stuff.
Oh.
It makes no sense in the movie, honestly. I mean, it does make sense because it's like the alien's creating its hive, right? And then she gets sucked into the hive. That's about it.
So when I watched the Alien for the first time, I was like, "Where's the big pancake?
Where's the big pancake?"
Exactly. Yeah.
That's funny. Anyway, Aliens. It's like Aliens because Dave Bautista has these dreams. It's very much like Aliens. And then someone says, "We got a problem. You have to go inside enemy base," which is essentially like Aliens, where they're like, "We have to go into planet LV."
Mm-hmm.
I forget the number to see for survivors, but in this case, it's to see for money. And they have the whole briefing thing, just like in Aliens. They have the whole, there's a guy who's in Aliens, it's a guy from the company.
Right.
But in this one, it's the guy from the Japanese man's establishment
right.
to go. They go in, there's a queen there's a king and there's a queen. Essentially, it's the same thing. There's like a leader of the swarms of creatures, just like there is in Aliens. And as they go through this building with stairs and
really okay, so it feels
rooms, it's just like Aliens. To the ending, even where they get to the roof and the woman with the chopper is like, she left us. Remember, they try to escape. They only have 9 minutes until they nuke Las Vegas, which is just like a certain amount of time that they set on Aliens, the planet, where they are about to nuke the planet from orbit,
right?
As well. And it's the same thing. It's like, oh, they left us. Oh no, in Aliens, Bishop left us. And then he comes in from the bottom of the screen, because they're on the top of a building. Same thing like Aliens. And that's kind of one of the things that I found similarities to. And I'm not saying it's a detriment. I mean, if you're familiar with Aliens, you're going to see familiarities with these. I'm pretty lenient nowadays with criticism.
It's just, but at the same notice, but no, but it's fine. I just laughed at it's like
what?
I see it. It's don't worry, I'm not being critical, but yeah, I understand. It's
and it's hard making movies. I know.
Yeah, and also it's like it is a beloved sequel, and I'm pretty sure he's a big fan of action movies and of 80s action movies. I'm pretty sure he's seen Alien a bunch and he loves it probably. So it's not far from the truth that he was just inspired to take it
like
from
the whole thing where where Dave Bautista's looking for his daughter. It's just like Ripley looking for Newt, and at the end of Aliens. Forget it.
No, makes sense.
I'm done with the parallel.
That's fine. Should have watched Aliens.
Okay, as in general, what I thought about Army of the Dead, it's just I loved the idea of the intelligent zombies. Like he has this helmet, he has a horse. The Zombie King has a horse zombie.
It's like a Game of Thrones.
It's like Conan. Oh yeah, okay. Game of Thrones. That's good too. And
the frosty horses.
Like there was something kind of fun about putting like a hierarchy of dead reanimated corpses but using all the Las Vegas imagery because like remember at the beginning of the movie when they're storming through Las Vegas and the infection is spreading and everyone's turning into zombies, the king zombie all naked and big and buff and full of rage looks up at the statue of Zeus at the Olympus casino hotel, and it's like there's like because like that's what's fun about it, right? There is that imagery in Las Vegas that has like ancient mythology. They have Caesar's palace, they have
the Eiffel Tower,
they have all that. yeah. So like it becomes a kingdom. I think that's kind of clever. I like that.
Yeah, the miniature kingdom of the world. I have a question for you. I was talking to them and we didn't kind of figure this out and we forgot about this. Is the king zombie the first zombie? Is the one that escapes the soldiers?
I don't know. I would say so. I mean, if he wasn't, it would be a little bit strange that we'd start the movie with some random starter zombie. Because at
first I was thinking like it mutated, like something happened in Vegas that there was a mutation that some of them got smarter. But also it could be just the first one. The alpha is the one. But then wait. But he bit. Actually, I don't know. I'm thinking because if
because of the military guys at the beginning, right? Because if the first one's bitten,
they were bitten and they didn't turn into smart zombies. They just turned into because they had like normal zombies and then the chosen ones. So I'm just thinking, I don't think it really matters to the plot. I think there's a few bits in this plot that kind of are set up, but then just kind of forgotten. like we said at the beginning, one of the ladies that goes in and. The whole reason why Dave Bautista's daughter's going in with him to save her, but we don't even know if she's saved in the end. We just never see her. They pick her up in a helicopter, and she just the helicopter crashes, and we have a scene between the father and the daughter. The father dies, David Bautista, and that's it. That's the movie ends.
That's it. The movie ends.
So what do you think?
It's kind of strange that you'd have a sorry go.
No, it's completely fine. You finish your thought.
It's just kind of strange that when you start especially like a thing like that, which is such a strong point for like the motivation for characters that kind of drives the entire tale that you're telling, and then it's just forgotten about at the end. It's like, what happened to her? What happened to the woman? Dave Bautista's daughter was rebelling against her dad to get into the zombie zone.
Yep.
And run away from the team that is the only people. Oh, speaking of which, there's that one woman who dies first.
Yeah.
When they were going through the hibernating zombies with the bandana, she looked like what's her name from Aliens?
You can't ask me you have to tell me from the Aliens. I've only seen that movie once.
Oh man, so there's this what's her name? Played by Jeanette Goldstein. People know who I'm talking about.
People know. People tell Phil. If once it's over, go to Instagram and tell Phil what he didn't know now.
Okay, yeah, do it, do something, be interactive. Okay, anyway, go on, Tim.
Also that lady. Here, just two things I want to talk about that lady. One thing is
the one with the red bandana.
Yeah, at the end, plot wise, it didn't feel necessary for her to die. I think they were like people. Like I think. The way it was set up, I thought like she's gonna get saved, and there was plenty of opportunities. Only a couple of zombies around. When she breaks out through the glass, like when they think she's gone, and then she's
that was
like,
cool. I like that.
She breaks out through the glass, and there's not that many zombies around her, and those two guys had guns around her. Like, I don't know why she died. Like they could have got her out really easily, to be honest. But it's okay.
Well, it's like that thing where it's like, no, you go, you save yourself. Got to have a cool moment.
Exactly. She has to be the first victim.
Yeah.
But before that actually happened, I think it was the coolest sequence of that movie and like the most interesting idea of
the hibernating zombies.
Yes. The whole scene with like them moving through there, and then she goes all John Wick with them. Starts stabbing them before as they start waking up. She just slowly starts stabbing them so they don't make the noise.
Yeah. Man, that was tense. I like that actually.
That was really good.
Yeah. I have not seen that before. I kind of think that zombies need some extra. I don't want to say lore, but you know what I mean. Like extra
something new, some kind of new.
Yeah. So the idea of what they were doing is that they were like silently, like their plan was obviously not to engage in any zombie attacks. But so they're going through one of these buildings to get to the big building that they need to do to get to the money. And as they go through one of the larger rooms, they see all these like zombies just standing there. And they're like, no, they're hibernating. And they're just kind of like literally sleeping zombies. You can hear them snoring.
Yeah, I think that was even set up.
No,
at
they
the
just
beginning.
make animal sounds.
It was set up in the beginning that when they come into Las Vegas, like there's like heaps and heaps of dry zombies, and they say like, okay, once it rains on them, they'll be up. I guess that's kind of like it's in Vegas. It's so dry, even the zombies, like just to function, just can't in the sun. So half of them are just like spread across like dry jerky. And the other ones are in the building, just like hibernating, waiting for the sun to go away. So that's pretty cool.
That's funny.
And then the smart zombies are like doing their business, like they have a pool and stuff and chilling.
Okay, yeah. If someone hasn't seen the film and you're saying they have a pool,
they do have a pool.
They gather around but it's like there's no they gather around it, but
they don't have like little drinks and they're like sipping in the pool. They're not that smart zombies. The guy has a mask. And they kind of communicate by growling, but that's about it. They're not.
Yeah. It's fun. What I wanted to say, what was that? Yeah, so they're maneuvering through that all those standing zombies, and they can't really bump into them or make any noise, or else they're gonna wake up. That was tense. That was cool. I like that. There's a lot of... I wanted to talk about Zack Snyder, but we can keep talking about what's in the movie. What else happens in that film?
No, I wanted to...
Zombie Tiger. That was good.
Yeah, I wanted to finish. I don't think you started to say what's your thoughts about this, and we kind of carried away about aliens or something like that. But I think
I said it was similarity to Aliens. Yeah.
Yeah. What did you like overall? What do you say about this movie?
I'm going to have to quote Jack Nicholson from Return of the King when he finished watching Return of the King. He's like, it's just too long, man. It's just too long.
Too long. Yeah.
You don't think it's long? It was like 2 hours and 30 minutes.
I don't feel like it was like, it didn't feel too long. But I do feel like looking back at it, I it's you could cut like an hour of that and it'll be totally fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's a lot of
montages, music video moments.
A lot of montages. It's hard to tell you what I feel about the movie without talking to you about Zack Snyder's style.
Well, talk about Zack Snyder. Well, there's a couple of questions about Zack Snyder's style and about this movie style as well. But to talk about Zack Snyder. What's your feeling here?
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I want to know your feeling towards Zack Snyder.
I think we talked about last time that you used to be a Zack Snyder apologist back in the day. I liked me. I was.
Oh, you. Okay.
Yeah, I liked his. I liked the remake. I think that was the first thing I saw of him.
Yeah, I think that's the first thing he did, really.
Oh, okay. That was like the first big movie. Let me have a real quick. Yeah, he did that. I think that was pretty cool. I didn't see the original when I saw that, so it was like a really cool thing. 300, like I really appreciate the visual style. I'm not so keen on the movies now as far as like
Same.
The plot and stuff like that. It's a little bit cheesy, but when you're like 13.
That movie started that like macho
thing
in the late 2000s. Man, like, I remember that.
When I was like 13, 14, it was like, like cool and like so like, not like manly, but like kind of badass, but not in like, in a standard way. And it was like the visuals are amazing and the slow motion.
In hell. Madness.
It was a cool thing.
Yes.
Sparta.
And I didn't watch the Owl movie. I think Watchmen I've only seen like later on.
Legend of the Guardians, the Owls of Ga'Hoole.
Yeah, and I was an apologist up until the Sucker Punch because I was like, people didn't like Sucker Punch because it was like too long and it was like a music video. For some reason, me and my wife really enjoyed it. So I was like, you guys don't get it. It's a stylist.
I mean, you like pigtails.
That's true. I was like, it's a stylistic choice. It's not the best movie, but just enjoy it for what it is. And I was like, it's totally fine. And then then he entered the DC zone, and I was like, I did not enjoy any of that. Unfortunately, there's not one piece of Zack Snyder DC universe that I personally enjoy. I got nothing gets those movies. It's just not for me.
Have you seen the Zack Snyder cut?
No, Emma did. There's no way.
You didn't.
I don't enjoy it, so there's no way I'm going to sit through 4.5 hours of whatever that is. It's just it's a serious philosophical, meditative approach to DC Comics is just, to me, is not logical. There's nothing of substance there. Maybe with Batman you can do it. There's a little bit of interesting something there, but with Superman, I know he tried, with the whole Messiah thing and everything.
The Messiah thing.
It's just there's nothing there originally for you to draw on to create something like that, like a serious. Unfortunately, to me, so just from the start, it was just the wrong tone. It's just too boring for me to even. And then there's like all sorts of, So yeah, after you got into DC, I was like, okay, you know what? Like Zack Snyder, let him do his own thing. I'm not interested. So that's pretty much it.
And then we came to Army of the Dead.
I was like, yeah, let's watch it. Why not? Zombies, sure.
All right. Interesting. I think I agree with you for the most part. I agree. Like I honestly, like throughout the way, all the movies that I watched that are Zack Snyder's, I'm not into it, like I did. Like I said, like with you, it's like, oh yeah, the visuals for 300, there's some great shots in there and blah, blah, blah. That's all great. It's interesting, but
it all came from the comic as well. Like when I saw
the Frank Miller comic.
Because I remember when it came out, 300, like amazing movie. And then I was in Budapest and like a bookstore, like one of those big bookstores. We didn't have that in Serbia. So it was like, special moment to look at. And I found the 300, like the book, the comic book, the big one, like in a hard, copy, hardcover. And I was like reading it. I was like, this is amazing. Like he basically, made these individual comic, panels into real life.
Yeah.
And that was amazing to me then. To me now, it's like, oh, like, is it? how much of it is the original content, and how much of it is his input in there. But I think as far as like getting those to feel alive, that amazing job. And I think Gerard Butler, and all those people, they kind of made it feel alive, and the 6-packs.
Yeah.
No, I think 300 is cool. I personally don't feel the same connection to it as I did when I was a kid, but I still think it's a good achievement.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And then there's Watchmen. I thought I didn't like Watchmen because I felt like it was too.
Was it too mean?
Because I actually read the comic Watchmen after I watched the movie, and I felt like the comic was more. It had less of a. I don't know how to explain it. It's really difficult to explain the different feelings I felt for each of that. But I felt like, if anything, the comic felt more detached and didn't like. I remember the movie was more action oriented. They had action scenes, and like the whole point for Watchmen was that you're supposed to show them in a real light, so you don't glamorize those aspects. You don't romanticize the superhero thing. That was the whole point, right? And the comic book felt more neutral. It felt more cold. It felt, and I liked that depiction. It felt like, oof, this is brutal, but it's not saying it's brutal. It just is. You read it and you're like, oh yeah. Okay, I get it.
Oh, that's cool.
Movie is kind of like,
yeah, Rorschach.
Hey, look at this. There's
badass.
blood. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Rorschach.
Yeah.
So I'm just indifferent to Zack Snyder's work, to be honest. But here's the big thing. I kind of admire that he gets to do his Zack Snyder things,
Oh no, that's definitely that's something. It's good that he can follow his sensibility and his idea of what what he likes. That's great.
Totally. And that's how I felt with. That's what I felt with Army of. I was going to say Army of Darkness, with Army of the Dead.
Yeah,
I think that's like, that is a Zack Snyder movie. It's very Zack Snyder, and if you like Zack Snyder, you're gonna like this movie. So that's it. There's nothing that Zack Snyder did that is like awful, right? Do you think?
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen the Owl movie, but I don't know what that is about. But I just like it's always just reminded of like, oh, he did that. Maybe that's awful. I don't know. Did you see the Owl movie?
No. You mean Legend of the Guardians?
Yes, the Owls of Ga'Hoole?
Yeah, no.
Maybe that's awful. I don't know.
What about you? Do you feel in any way?
Batman,
I just like seeing
Justice League.
I should stop. I should shut up.
No. It's fine. Like, listen, Justice League. Even the edited version. I think, from what I talked to my wife, she saw it. It's like, it's redeemable in a certain. But I feel like Batman versus Superman is a bad movie, no matter what you look at it.
You're right. I'm sorry. I take that back.
I think Batman versus just the concept, the way it was approached, and no matter what you look at it, if you like Zack Snyder stuff, you don't like Zack Snyder, if you like DC, you don't like DC, whatever it is, I think that's a bad movie. No matter what you look at it, it's just, I don't know. I watched that one and it was just like, I just nothing. But anyway, so I want to ask you, so we talked about, slow motion music video. That's a Zack Snyder thing, right?
That's a Zack Snyder.
That's a very Zack Snyder. So what are other Zack Snyder things in this movie that you noticed? My wife noticed dudes with shaved chests. There's no chest hairs. She was like, every
glossy,
time, glossy, shaved, waxed, or whatever they do. But it's nice and chiseled. But it's no chest hair. Nobody has chest hair. It's nice.
No chest hair. No chest hair.
So Zack Snyder doesn't
like
bring
chest hair back.
What else? What else was like Zack Snyder in here?
I think he's like very comic book influenced in like that certain that certain way.
Like army dudes. But that's like a big cliche of but there's army dudes, right? Army guys.
There's always army dudes,
like little straps and things. Like there's lots of straps and for things to hold. Like there's I think like some people really have boners for that. It's just like dudes with normal clothes with strappy things where they put their guns.
Yeah, with strappy things. Yes. The strappy things.
Like dude in a t-shirt and jeans.
T-shirt. Yes, with a t-shirt. Yeah.
I think that's been like a signature for last 20 years. Because like if you look at action 80s hero, they always just carry shit in their pants. Like they put a gun in their pants. Like, do you remember like if you look at
yes,
it, like
that's so true.
Lethal Weapons.
Everyone's wearing
it's just in his pants. His gun is in his pants. Something happened.
Everything's in his pants. You know, what's his name? What's his name? What am I talking about? Arnold Schwarzenegger,
yes.
Commando, John Matrix. Everything's in his pants.
Everything's in his pants.
Everything. He wears a vest once in like for the first like enemy he kills, then he takes it off.
He takes it off and he's just bare chested. Everything's in his
John
pants.
Rambo, right? Rambo 3. Any shirts on that? No. And in like the 2000s, it's t-shirts and straps everywhere.
Yeah, something happened, and I want to know what it is. Is it a Zack Snyder thing? Is it as a who did? It's also Michael Bay, like especially like Transformers, like this. That started as well. Dudes in t-shirts and strappy army people coming over.
Military.
Yeah. I think like Bad Boys, there was a lot of like strappy stuff on t-shirts. And I really want to know if anyone listening to this, and you can maybe pinpoint the moment this trend like became. I really want to know which movie was it that did that. I'm really curious.
What was it? I don't know.
So but I think that's a Zack Snyder thing. What did you notice anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you like the things that I noticed that were very Zack Snyder were like the things that were not like in the movie. You know, it's like the way the movie was told.
Okay.
You know. Oh, and I can tell you all about it. So I was thinking about this when watching the film, and I was like, okay, so you have Zack Snyder from Watchmen and back, and then you have Zack Snyder, DC, and later.
Yes.
And those are two different things, I think, because if you look at Zack Snyder from the 2000s, ignoring Dawn of the Dead because I haven't seen it, so I can't tell you. Okay. I haven't seen it for a long time. I can't tell you about that. But like 300, Watchmen, Betty Bride. What am I talking about? Candyland. What's it called?
What are you talking about?
Sucker Punch. There we go. Sucker Punch.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. I was really confused where you're going with that one, but now it makes sense.
Sucker Punch, Watchmen, 300. Those are like Zack Snyder doing super contrasty, slow motion, under cranking, over cranking. You know?
Yes.
Like, right? That's his style. That's his style. And I would say, that's Zack Snyder. Slow motion all over the place. You know, like imitating comic book panels. You know what I mean? Like being wide. But then when he did Man of Steel, I was like, this is a completely different Zack Snyder. He just totally changed his mind on developed the cinematographer.
The merger between the two worlds, I would say Sucker Punch. It's going from contrasty, like slowing down into this, the grayness of Zack Snyderness, which I'm glad this movie is not there. We're out of the gray hole.
Oh, we're out of the gray. That's for sure. There's more color for sure. But man, the shallow depth of field, I couldn't like. I was getting disoriented watching the movie.
That's a big topic that I have on my list that we need to talk about, that I really wanted to ask you about. Is like, at first I thought it was just like the start of it or something like that, and then it just kept going, and I was really
for some reason I thought it's not going to stop. This is Zack Snyder. If you've seen Justice League and Batman v Superman, you know it's going to keep going.
Wait. So, well, first thing I was thinking is this like maybe they filmed in COVID and they don't have a lot of sets, so they use depth of field to hide.
That's what I was
things.
Wondering too. Yeah,
and I was like, I'm like wondering when is this going to go away? And then it was like, an hour in, I realized this is a creative choice. This was a choice that he made.
The Zack Snyder choice.
And then I saw that he was also wrote this, and he also did the the cinematography DP as well.
Yes, I was impressed. Honestly, when I saw that, I was like, wow.
So this is a creative choice, and I'm really wondering what's the thought process behind it. Is it supposed to evoke a feeling? Is it supposed to?
I'm pretty sure if Zack Snyder came to our podcast and we asked him, he'd be like, I thought it would look really cool. I just think it's like really cool. It's really cool. I guess it's like, dude, you got, he's out of focus there, and then he comes in and he's going to be in focus, and it's like a really cool effect.
Because, like, first of all, like your focus puller, like if you bring out a T1.2, whatever the hell this was, lens.
Oh man, we can talk about lens focus.
Because to achieve this shallow depth of field, you have to have a really fast lens.
Yeah.
And to have a really fast lens and a shallow depth of field, to actually pull the focus, and that is to have the stuff you want in focus and the stuff out of focus, it's a nightmare. And you can even see in this movie, like, it's not tight. Like, there's a lot of...
No.
There's a lot of moving back and forth where you can see the focus puller, like, really trying hard to catch the subject. So it's like... But
isn't that done deliberately as well? It's like, there is that little bit of, like...
maybe it's
out of
like...
focus, in focus?
Yeah, maybe it's like, we can't do this. Like, unless you use, like, an automatic... like an eye tracker and just like
but no one does that, do they?
Well, I mean, like not in movies. No, they had I guess because of unions. I don't know. Maybe
yes, yeah.
You have to have a focus puller. I have no idea, but also it would probably look weird if the eyes are always in focus. It wouldn't feel as natural. But it was, I don't know. I was really thinking: sorry, burp.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to evoke a feeling? Because I was like, usually...
I mean, I think that... Tim, don't you agree that, like, everybody who's making a film, they come in and they're doing it with the deliberate intention of giving you some sort of tone, some sort of feeling, right?
Yeah, but I'm just wondering, what did it give me in the whole... context of the movie. Did it? Like, you can't see what's happening. It's supposed to be like very like adrenaline. Like, you don't see your peripherals. You're maybe. Yeah. I don't. Here's the thing. Like, all I could think of for the next hour was, like back in the day when DSLRs got good video, like the Canon
I know what you're gonna say.
5D Mark II, right? That was the big one. And you could shoot...
speaking of which, I almost bought that, by the way. I mean, my dad almost bought it for me. Did I tell you that? Like,
no, I don't
it was either because, like, okay, so I have a friend. His name's Chris.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually a legitimate cinematographer now.
Okay, good for you, Chris. Hurrah!
I know, he's great. And we used to always chat on AOL.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a friend. He was my friend Luke's, not that Luke, another Luke.
Another
who
Luke
went with me to school.
There was another
his cousin.
Luke.
And we made some little short movies and stuff. So he was always interested in film. And he was talking to me about, wait, I totally lost it. What was I going to say?
You're going to say 5D Mark II.
5D. So I was really wanting a new camera, and my dad offered to help me buy it.
Mm-hmm. By paying it.
And it wasn't the GL2. It wasn't, remember the GL2, good old Canon GL2 that we had.
That was the second camera you had.
Yeah. It was the GL2 we had from 2003 to 2007. And I wanted a new one because I wanted to make a short film movie that was like legitimately with real actors and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
you can't bring out GL2 with real actors. They'll be like, what is this, Philip?
I mean,
slap you in the face. This is not real.
No,
this is Mickey Mouse, Philip.
No.
Just joking.
This is Mickey Mouse stuff. No. But to be fair, the camera was almost dead. It was so hard to record on it. Like, it was literally not.
Well, you guys used it for a while. Like, you shot a movie every week, so it's understandable.
Exactly. We were totally like, what's his name?
Ed Wood?
No. Oh man,
who are you thinking of? Yeah, I know you're thinking of that producer, right?
Roger Corman.
Yeah, Roger Corman. Yeah. Just like,
there we go.
Bam.
And 2008 was the worst time to be looking for cameras. It was like the transitionary period because right then, Mark II, what was it? The
5D. Canon 5D,
5D Mark II. That thing came out,
Yeah.
And my friend Chris showed it to me, like sent me a link. And I'm like, oh, this is what I always wanted. And it's so much cheaper than that Sony that I eventually bought.
Oh, really? Was it cheaper?
Oh, yes. It was. I mean, it was still in like the couple of Ks, but it was cheaper than that one. And the only reason I didn't get it was because at the time, it only could record 30 frames per second and you couldn't change the shutter.
You couldn't change the shutter? What was it locked to?
some ugly. I remember seeing the test footage, and I'm like, this is disgusting. It's like that.
Yeah, I didn't have like the film settings. I shot
Yeah.
something. There's like my first YouTube video ever uploaded. That was hidden. It's like a video of my niece laughing. That was on a 5D Mark II. A friend of mine.
Your niece has a baby. Yes.
No. Yeah. What? No. Yeah, my niece is a baby. Yeah, she's a really tiny baby sitting and laughing at something funny. And I recorded it with my friend's 5D, and I color graded and put it on YouTube, and I was like, this is great. And specifically it was great because of the shallow depth of field.
I know, we all love that stuff. Like, honestly, to be able to film with shallow depth of field at the time digitally was like, ooh,
that was
mama.
insane, because all the mini DV stuff, that was like what, T13?
I know. I don't even know. Like,
everything was sharp. You could
level.
not get, like, if you wanted a shallow depth of field, you had to be like 2 inches away from the subject. Otherwise, everything is full crispness.
I know. What I did was I just went far away and zoomed in, and it kind of helped.
That's true. Like they had like the crazy zooms, those cameras back in the day. That's how you get it.
They did. Yeah.
What
that's
was
what
it?
I did.
Yeah. Oh, so you wanted to buy the 5D, and what in the end you just didn't like the shutter, right? And you were like, this is not filmic enough.
because like it just. Like, I don't like because like the motion was smooth, it had all the like very subtle motion blurs. It was like, remember when movies started filming in digital, and for some reason, for some reason, cinematographers were like, this is amazing, let's put the shutter down. And then it's like just smoothie motion.
Yeah. TV stuff. Mickey Mouse
gross.
stuff. So
Mickey Mouse stuff.
So yeah.
And so that's what brings us back to the shallow depth of field, because once those cameras came out, everyone was abusing that shallow depth of field,
because like it was a real DSLR camera, where
that's
beforehand, the mini DV cameras, they had to build in lenses which were not, fast lenses, because those were expensive. But you could actually now use a camera like a still photography lens with that body that recorded the video, and those are usually much faster lenses. So with the full frame sensor, because of the size, you get that shallow depth of field. So for like 10 years, every indie movie that came out that was shot on DSLR just had insane shallow depth of field to like oblivion. Everything was like buttery smooth. You could see like, 10% of your subject was sharp. Yeah. So that's what I kept thinking of. The tip of the
nose was the only thing in focus.
So that's what I kept thinking of. And it was much better quality lenses, and the bokeh was much nicer in this movie. But all I could think was like, I just remember me of YouTube in 2012 watching or Vimeo or whatever it was. So
I know Vimeo, there it is. Yeah, it's so true. I haven't thought of that, but wow, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I that's what it made evoke to me. Maybe it was supposed to evoke what you said, like the isolation and just the adrenaline of it. But
the stupid thing is that he used this technique in like Man of Steel as well.
Oh, really?
I mean? Like,
okay, maybe it's his thing. He likes it.
It's just exact. I'm telling you, it just looks cool,
Yeah, there you go.
A lot of my reasoning is what
it looks
for some
cool.
of my older movies. It looks cool. So that's one thing. The shaky cam, there's a lot of handheld, but that's when he started doing that. Zack Snyder started doing that with Man of Steel. I remember that. I was like, whoa. Zooming in and handheld and all that. That's
is that the Millennium Falcon shot kind of type stuff? Old man with a camera?
Yeah, that's... Yeah. Old man with a camera can't.
Yeah, was it you or was it Jacob that was annoyed with that?
Me. Oh, I was annoyed at that.
You weren't a fan of the old man.
Who else would be annoyed at that?
Yeah.
What else? What other Zack Snyderisms do we have here?
I don't know.
That's kind of the two big ones are that really. And I guess if you could talk about like stereotyping of some characters, you know what I mean? Like you got the German.
That wasn't very stereotypical. I would say. I think it was a nice mix. It didn't feel like, he wasn't wearing lederhosen, going like...
I mean, he almost was. He looked like a German model.
That's true. He did have
with a polo shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess.
With the polo shirt.
I think the lady, the coyote lady, that leads.
Oh yeah, Coyote.
Coyote Lady. She reminded me of like all the Sucker Punch girls, like put into one. Like if you mush them all into one character, like she looked and behaved like that, which was pretty fun. Like to see like a remnants of the old world.
Right. That's some of those things that, I didn't think of because I didn't see Sucker Punch, but like I can see where you're coming from because it does kind of feel like some of these things.
How she
They're
looks,
coming from 2010,
hair,
buddy.
Yeah, and like her makeup.
Eyeshadow, yeah.
What did you think of? I think we covered Zack Snyderism. I want to know. Like,
I guess there's that sense of brutality that only Zack Snyder. No. That sense of brutality that is kind of prevalent in many of Zack's. In fact, maybe all of Zack Snyder's movies.
What do you mean? Like as far as like gore and stuff, or like plot wise, or what? Emotional brutalism.
No one is like 100% kind.
No one's 100% kind. Well,
that's my review on the back of the box.
I'm trying to look at all the characters. I guess, yeah, none of them is like a nice person. I mean, they're all got their quirks. Even Dave Bautista, he's like, oh, he didn't talk to his daughter and stuff.
He's hoping to, open up that stand.
The stand. The food truck. But yeah, I know what you mean.
The food truck, sorry.
Yeah.
What's so funny about the stand? What?
Stand is a little bit, old school. Yeah, I think it's, like a stand is like is a stationary, like you open up your hot dog stand. But a food truck is, more hipster, kind of like you move it around and stuff. Did you watch Chef?
I want to see Chef. I want to see it.
Yeah, we'll need to figure out.
I should see it.
Yeah, whenever I said John Frusciante. What is his name?
John Frusciante. What is his Johnny Favs.
Johnny Favs. When he poops out a new movie, we'll just team it up with
Elf 2
with Chef, and you get to see Chef. It's about food trucks, but no, whatever. I think I wanted to ask you, what's it called? Wrestlers turn into movie stars. We're talking the Rock.
Oh
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
No, we got
Dwayne Johnson,
Dave Bautista in his first like major movie leading role.
Really?
Leading role. I think he was. We all love him as Drax, the lovable alien man from Guardians of the Galaxy. I think he was amazing in Blade Runner as the gentle giant android.
Yeah,
I think that's as far as I remember. So this is leading role, and it's kind of like I would say is a typical Rock, Arnold Schwarzenegger type of thing. Like there's no need for this person to be so huge, yet they are kind of deal. And then there's like connecting with like emotional side. Like he's super, athletic and powerful and good at guns and straps and t-shirts, but he's also kind man type of deal. How did you feel about it? Did he convince you or not?
Oh yeah, of course. I think Dave Bautista has some pretty good acting chops. I'm not gonna lie. I think that a lot of these and I think that's one of the. I was gonna talk about that at some point. Yeah, wrestlers turned into actors. I'm not gonna lie. I think that because of professional wrestling, there's a lot that you learn when you're doing professional wrestling.
Yeah.
That you can transfer over to acting for film and theater. Theater can also work, I think, because it is theater, isn't it? Like you have to memorize a lot of things. There's a lot of physical demands.
It's very hammy, but it is.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. Right, very hammy. There's a lot of boisterousness that goes into wrestling, and you're doing it so often as well. So I think that I'm not surprised that some of these wrestlers can just go into a movie and feel right at home acting in them. And I mean, I'm sure there's some of them that aren't very good, out of their element, but I'm not surprised. I think Dwayne the Rock, Dwayne the Johnson,
Dwayne
John
the
the Rock Johnson,
Dwayne the Johnson is the
Rock the John Johnson,
Rock the Don Johnson. That's his new name.
Rock the Dwayne John. Okay.
Yes.
I he's good, right? He's fine for every role that he's in. I mean, it's very much character actor driven, right? I think that
I don't think I've seen him in like a serious role that can. I don't know if he was in one. I think he does the Arnold thing pretty good. I would say. Well, much better than Arnold. Arnold couldn't get the accent right, so.
Yeah, but Arnold's cool.
Arnold
man.
doesn't need to
I
act.
can't-
That's the thing, you know. It's just Arnold. Like it wouldn't work if he
Right.
acted.
I mean, yeah, that's what's called a character actor, right? I was just thinking to myself, Arnold Schwarzenegger, like what was the most serious movie he was in? And I just remembered it's the Terminator, where he doesn't say a lot.
No, he must have been in some like god awful like
Drama?
in his 30 years of active filmmaking career. Someone had to thought like, what if we put Arnold in a serious role? And it had to suck, and nobody knows it. Like nobody thinks about it, but it had to happen at least once.
I'm gonna go and check right now. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You go check if Arnold. But I think I feel like for me overall, I'm a little bit conflicted. I think the movie had some good ideas, like we talked about, like with the king zombie, and we talked about that scene in the hall with the hibernating zombies. It's a good sequence. It's tense. You know, it's interesting visually, and it is interesting plot wise. I think for me, I do agree. If it was shorter, I think it would have been better. And I think if it relied less on tropes and cliches, because I think it's doing something clever and interesting, and it just kind of pops back to familiar ground where you're like, you know, you compare it to Aliens, you know, like the beats. I was just like thinking of generic terms like, oh, you know, the guy who descends with, he has an alternative motive. Yeah, there it is. And it's like, you know, what's going to be in the end? You know, they're all going to die. It's a zombie movie, so only the girl survived. You know, kind of like stuff. Like there's always something that it's going away, and you're like, oh, this is interesting, but then it kind of falls back on the trope. So that would be my kind of second complaint. And the third one is, I wish the movie was a little bit more fun. In a way, I think, not hamming up into like a ridiculous mode. And I hate to compare it to Zombieland, but I think there's a good mixture of dark humor and not taking yourself seriously, yet having emotional impact that this movie didn't quite figure out for me. It just it wasn't right mixture. I think it was a little bit too serious with some stuff, a little bit too serious with like the dramatic things, a little bit of too serious with the coolness of it. You know, so it was going the right direction. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't bad. Honestly, it was quite okay. So yeah, that's my.
I think honestly, I'm gonna say the same thing. It was quite okay.
Quite okay. So what did you find out?
Thing. The most I found out that he was in no movie that I could see that has any dramatic.
There's a still chance. He's still alive.
He could do it. I wouldn't be surprised.
He could do it. He could do it like the.
There's a movie called Aftermath. Let me see what that is. That looks pretty dramatic. There's a poster of him like with the beard, because this came out in 2017, and he looks pretty serious. Have you seen Collateral Damage?
Yeah, on TV a long time ago.
Is that a drama?
No, it's action.
Okay.
It's a serious action movie, but it is action movie. He's not. It's not strappy action hero. It's the put stuff in your pants action hero. That's the deal, you know. Everyday man doesn't have any secret straps.
Gordon Brewer, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah.
I know he hides behind a fire truck. Something explodes. I don't know. I watched it a long time ago on TV. Cool. Collateral Damage. It was like super advertised on TV. Collateral Damage now on Pink Television on Friday.
Pink, man. We have stories about Pink Television that you still haven't told yet, but someday.
I have many stories I haven't told, but we'll get to them. But we're kind of like we're to be talking about this movie for a while. I just want to talk. Unless you have any thoughts about Zack Snyder, I think it's just one thing I really want to talk before. I don't know. Today. Is you tell me, but I want to talk about, which we didn't talk about last time. It's about your Jungle Book thing.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure everyone who listens to this podcast knows about it. Yeah. But congratulations, sir. Your thing got fully funded.
It got fully funded and then some, which is incredible. We only have like 5 more days until it's over.
And it's still getting pumped with money. There's still there's
some
people.
Money being pumped in, and I'm just so it's like, Tim, honestly, like this is so surprising to me. Honestly, I've not been so like, I was so prepared to have to go 24/7 just throwing out like, like just being like Jungle Book this, Jungle Book that. And Tim, I don't know how you work, but when I want to, you know, present some new project I feel like I'm cheating if I duplicate a picture. So I always feel like I have to draw a new one.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm really bad at that as well. It just feels, I'm not.
And so I don't do them.
Business person.
Yeah. So I don't do them. Like I don't do a ton of posters or something because it's like everyone has to look good because the Hollywood people can do it. You know, if you know what I mean? Like, do you actually look at logos and look at if there's the same letters and see if they're actually different? Because
I do, but 90% of people don't. So
because I hate it when I see the two it's supposed to look like a handwritten thing, and they, like two of the O's look exactly the same, and it's like,
yeah.
But yeah, no, Jungle Book, like I'm just so like more than happy. Like I was just so like great. I don't have to do so much like promoting and make videos. And Tim, I don't know if you know, but like, I did I think everyone knows I did the Lord of the Rings thing, and that was 10 years ago. And
that's 10 years ago, man.
Yeah, I'll tell you I'll tell you what made it feel really bad. On LinkedIn, I got an email. I mean, like a direct message from some lady who was working in the UK, and she's an adult, right? And then she wrote like, "Tim, you know where this is going?" I would
assume. No. It's funny, but just like the I immediately imagine like a child making a LinkedIn account for some damn reason, trying to trick people into doing things. It's just the way you said it. But no, continue. Okay, so she's an adult.
I messed up. Yeah. Of course she's an adult. And she wrote to me like, "Oh, I've been enjoying this Lord of the Rings audiobook since I was 10 years old."
Okay, yeah, I understand.
That's how I feel.
So I understand you're adult now saying things. It's completely fine because you made something that a child listened to, and now they have a LinkedIn, probably a job.
Yeah,
and
they're like
in the
a
business world.
researcher.
They're like,
yeah,
they grew up with your thing. So, so that makes you very old.
Yes, it does. It does make me very old, Tim. So that was 10 years ago. So we thought that there's a whole story about this, like developing, like thinking about what to do next with the audiobooks. Because I had no intention of doing another audiobook unless I knew I could 100%
People loved it. It's
but
just
they
10-year-olds and 20-year-olds. Yeah, people loved it. I'm not surprised it got funded because people really enjoyed those. I met people randomly in this world that somehow the conversation came to Lord of the Rings, and twice. And twice, two people at different occasions, somehow the conversation came to Lord of the Rings, and they recommended me your audiobooks to me.
That's awesome. I think
to only get their mind blows to that's just feel.
I know. Yeah, that's my cousin. We make fun of him all the time on a podcast.
Yep. Yeah. So that's amazing. So people love them. They really enjoy them.
Yeah. I mean, I think you can tell that from the way that I'm talking, I don't see it that way. It's always, because you're doing your own everyday stuff. Yeah. You don't really think about it, right?
But that's good. I think that's the best stuff is like that, You put your passion to it for what it is and not for the fame
and fortune.
Whatever the fortune
the
of it is.
What fortune?
Yeah, well, you got funded. You got pumped with money.
You're
now,
right.
So there's your
pumped
fortune.
with money. Yeah.
So you got pumped. So now you can make we
can make one.
The first one, the premiere.
That's right. It's going to be our test run, really. We're going to see if it works out, and we can, we have a wonderful composer whose name is Alex Amadeo, and he is a friend of my producing partner, Alex Barker, who lives in South Carolina. Mm-hmm. I hope it's South Carolina, man. If I find out that it's north, I'm gonna be like, great. I messed that up again. And he's really good. He's really good, and he's excited to work on it. And we had discussions about how the workflow is gonna be, and what's the easiest for him and what's the best time saver and stuff like that. And we're all on the same page, and I'm really excited. Good. Now we have the money to be able to fund that and give him some new, instrumentational tools to mess around with. He uses Logic, so I think
because that was the downfall of the original audiobooks. If your narration, sure, rights of doing that is
the books. Iffy. That's a thing.
But the downfall of why it was taken down, why people lost track of who did it, because you use the licensed music from the Peter Jackson movies.
Yeah.
So can't put it nowhere because of that. So,
and you know what? It's fine. Honestly, I'm fine with that. I haven't like shared it publicly since it got taken down 6 years ago. So everything else that you see online is none of my business. I did
not put it there.
I did not put that in there. There's some
out of my hands. My hands are clean.
My hands are clean. There's like some company called Tokibook that keeps popping it up online, pretending they made it, and it's
no,
yeah,
you can't even sue them because you have no rights to sue
exactly, them. Right? Well, what do you do now?
Yeah, just call Peter Jackson. Look, they're doing it. They're doing it again, Peter.
Yeah. So it's exciting. I'm going to see how well that goes, and if we can do Jungle Book, which is a book from the 1800s, unabridged, which is what we're doing, then I think that more books will be on the way. And I think I can tell you on this podcast that I'm very excited for the next one after this one. I was really, really excited to know that H.P. Lovecraft's works are in public domain. So I would love to do Mountains of Madness and see where that goes.
That sounds delicious.
Yes, delicious. We'll see. We'll see. And
with some effects in the background, some tentacles going.
Exactly. So that's going to be very experimental. That's going to be cool. And I'm just like excited now. We're funded enough that we have enough money now. People don't tell you this, but you have to pay for those Kickstarter fees.
You can't just go in there and be like, you got to, okay. Yeah, I did not know this. Good to know.
Yeah, they take like, what was it, 13%? So,
yeah.
So, you think about it, right? You need to, if you had that extra amount of money that goes over the goal, good. And then we still need a little bit more because we offered prints, and some people ordered like rewards for like actual prints. Yes. So we have money to cover that.
Not Prince, the artist.
Prince, yes. Yeah.
That's a dumb joke. This is a stupid joke. I hate I made that joke at the end. This sucks. No, Phil, listen, I'm glad it worked out. And I'm glad you'll be working on this project. And hopefully you'll get to the Lovecraftian world. And
hopefully we'll actually have other voice actors, because I'm in no way. It's like I'm in no way planning on doing, like narrating and doing voices. I'm doing it now because I'm the only one that's not being paid and is fine with that, No,
that'd be good, like a full, radio show.
Yes,
production.
Be amazing. That'd be amazing.
Bringing back the days of Orson Welles.
Yeah, and Dolby Atmos. I have a friend who can mix something in Dolby Atmos, and it sounds really good. And I'm so excited.
Spatial
about that.
audio.
I'm excited about that. That's gonna be fun. All right, cool.
That's gonna be great. I think this is it, right? This is
also. I'm moving out, Tim. I'm moving out.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that next time, because you will move out. You will move out after
no more
so
banana.
many years of goddamn complaining, cheese house, of your bad internet. And how everything's far away.
Landlord. Everything's far away.
You're being afraid of your landlord. All of that is finished.
Not saving money. Yes.
Not saving money. The end of an era. It is gone. Let it die. And we can never have to hear about it again. So I'm super glad. And we can talk about your adventures of moving. Because
that's going to be next time, isn't it?
Yeah. I bet it's going to be lots of crazy things. Crazy Phil things about moving. So I can't wait to hear about that.
Holy crap. Wait, that means I'm just looking at the dates now, and it's like, we're always like 2 weeks, right? So June 5th is the next one. Right?
Exactly. Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think it'd be new place, new internet. Maybe we'll put on video. Look at each other.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I can't wait for this. What about you, Tim? Anything new with you before we finish this sad episode where Jake's not here?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like crazy times at work and crazy times at life and things. COVID is ending. Things are opening it up. So we're just planning on doing things, just being excited to do things.
Totally.
So that's about it, I think. Well, thank you for listening and surviving the new era of awkwardness, and please be maybe talk to us. Go to Instagram.
Yeah, talk to us.
Tell us how we're
doing.
We're
lonely now. We don't have Jake.
Yeah. It's two people in a room sitting, just Johnny looking at it. It's strange. It's weird. So tell us how we're doing. Maybe, I don't know, some suggestion things. Just let's, don't we'll feel alone. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. A friend of mine told me that 2020 was like our Infinity War, and 2021 is like hopefully going to be our end game.
Don't like. I want to talk about this because I keep mentioning to people that, especially with the new shows like WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they keep talking about the end game. And, like the blip and then like the snap and like the 5 years of nothingness. And it feels so much like 2020. It's ridiculous how accidentally relevant that stupid Thanos snapping things.
The Thanos slapping.
The Thanos slapping thing feels so relevant. It's ridiculous.
Wow. Well, I want to hear about it. If you want me to watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I'll watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Falcon it up, WandaVision it up. We can talk about.
I WandaVision it up. MCU. That is a time long.
Jake's gone. We'll talk about.
Oh, we got to do the music. The Marvel music. We got to talk
about music. Yes, we'll talk about Marvel themes. So yeah, that's it. I think we're done for the day.
We're good.
I think we even talked more than I anticipated because 3 people, a certain amount of time, 2 people, you would expect it to go down, but we covered quite a bit. I don't know how to end this besides maybe some Lovecraftian sound effects as the music is fading in. Yeah, let's do. What's it say? I don't know. What do you think? Does that sound good?
Okay, that's it. We're done. Stop. Are you done? We good?
Yeah.
Excellent. We did it.
We survived.